have you guys heard about everything that's happening over on Twitch over the last, really since the 5th, since election day? Have you guys seen all the chaos that's happening over there with they're having their own adpocalypse
Really?
on Twitch right now?
Tell us about it.
Well, I will, Dan.
Right
Over
now.
over 10 major companies have reportedly suspended advertising on Twitch over alleged anti-Semitism concerns.
You mean Hassan Piker and Frogan saying that they want Jews to die is anti-advertiser? That's insane.
Bro, how funny it is that the circle is complete, right? The people who called you Yahtzees, like for the past 8 years, are now being flagged for anti-Semitism. The circle is complete.
Well, I'll tell you this: it is
That Frogan chick said she wants every vet to suffer. I hope they get PSTD, and piss in their beds and die. She's a piece of shit, scumbag.
Well, she's definitely one of the streamers that people have pointed to that why this is happening. Others are pointing the finger.
She's
at
also
Asmongold.
fat.
It's true. Thank you, Flash. She's also
She's Jabba the Hutt.
they're pointing at creators like Hassan. They're creating at creators like Asmongold, and it's really everybody going like, "No, you did this. No, you did this." And there was this clip being passed around last week of this kid named Lacey, and he pops up every once in a while. And by the way, we don't run advertising on our show. We don't have any sort of pre-roll or mid-roll ads. Like if you show up, it's YouTube putting them on, not us. We have the option. It's like I literally have an option on the screen right now. It says creators adopting live automated mid-roll saw on average 20% uplift in in-stream ad revenue per hour. Awesome. We don't do that. Like we rely on you guys.
Yeah, for the people at home who don't stream, YouTube all the time shows a notification on your stream backend, like trying to push you to run ads. Hey, now would be a good time to run ads. They try to push you all the time.
Right. Well, we don't do that.
Turn those on either.
But this apparently it's been really good over on Twitch because when you go on a stream, you get like 90 seconds or 2 minutes of ads before you even get to the stream.
It's crazy.
But this streamer named Lacey was complaining that his ad revenue dropped off from $10,000 a day to only $2,000 a day, and he couldn't understand it.
He's making more than a surgeon.
Yes, this guy is making ridiculous money. Anyways, but while we can look past the idea of the $2,000 being stupid as is, right? And let alone $10,000. The idea, though, is that he's lost 80% of his ad revenue. And that's the bigger thing. Because if it's happening to him, it's happening to the people who are streaming to considerably less people than this guy. But like I said, there's a lot of fingers being pointed along the way. And let's check this out for Asmongold, pointing this out over here.
Hassan clearly is like one of the biggest proponents of this. I would say he is the biggest proponent to a lot of the contention around the, quote, adpocalypse. He's the main reason why this is like 90% of the examples that are being used are him. Like, or maybe not 90, it might be 80, 70%, but it's like the majority of all examples on the entire platform are all Hassan.
Ding, ding.
Yeah. Very clearly, this is the reason why it's happening. Now, you can say that it's unfair, but that's fine. That's okay. But you can't say it's not happening or that's not the reason.
Hassan Piker brought a literal terrorist onto his stream and promoted him.
What was interesting, Asmongold had Ludwig on his screen here because apparently Ludwig did a reaction or was talking about this. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I actually had a run-in with Ludwig about 6-7 years ago, back when I was at Game Attack and Ludwig hadn't blown up yet. He actually came to our studio at Game Attack, and he said he was in town, but he wasn't. He actually flew to our studio to be on one of our shows and produce some stuff. And it never ended up airing. And he got super mad that it never aired. And we had no idea that he I think he flew down to be a part of it. We had no idea. And had we known that, we certainly would have like edited it and ran it together. But he has held that grudge since then. But man, like, okay, fine, hold that grudge. But look at what he's doing here in this situation where he's talking about this, where he's actually been caught editing the video of him avoid blaming Hassan for the Twitch adpocalypse. Now, this is going to be Destiny reacting to the video before it was edited. Okay, so I just want to pay attention to what's happening here.
Right. So there's currently in Twitch world a piss match, right? Hassan is blaming Asmongold for the apocalypse for teaming up.
Hey,
with
it's the guy who lets other men fuck his wife.
That's right. That's right.
Great.
So, but pay attention to how this comes together here.
Apocalypse for teaming up with people who he says started it. Mizkif is blaming Hassan, saying that everyone who does politics should be outright banned. And Asmon is
Looking at me and blaming me. I want to say you're welcome.
taking blame himself and probably talking about DEI again for the 100th time, if I had to guess.
This is one of the most insane sweeps I've ever seen in my entire life.
There's
Okay. So that was the first part of it. I want to play this for you one more time.
with people who he says started it. Mizkif is blaming Hassan, saying that everyone who does politics should be outright banned. And Asmon is
That's the phrase you need to listen for during the after.
there's currently in Twitch world a piss match, right? Hassan is blaming Asmongold for the apocalypse for teaming up with people who he says, and Asmon is
Looking at me and blaming
Like a blatant cut right there on the video.
me. I want to say you're welcome.
taking blame himself and probably talking about DEI again for the 100th time.
So did you see what he did there? He actually went in this statement in particular.
Everyone who does politics should be outright banned. And Asmon is
Looking at me.
Gold for the apocalypse for teaming up with people who he says started it. Mizkif is blaming Hassan, saying that everyone who does politics should be outright banned. And
So he took that completely out of the statement right there. He said Misfit is blaming Hassan for this, and the fact that he went in and totally deleted that out of the video really makes it seem like he's going to bat for the situation. By the way, Dan's scaring me right now.
I like how they always complain about people complaining about DEI when we're at the point now where we're winning so bigly.